something about the way you make me feel inside. I'm counting down the days till we fly away, heading to the sun, only you and me. Don't wanna waste another day being stuck here in this place. No, wanna hold your hand in mine, watch the sunset in your eyes. Baby, I want us to act like we are 22 right now. Just let go, lose control, play songs on the radio too loud. This could be magical. Whoa, whoa. This could be magical. Whoa, whoa. To escape, and here we are, driving narrow streets in a rusty car, leading to the sea. Think we're getting close. We should take a pic, baby, strike a pose. I remember every day that I spent right here with you. Yeah, you are the one who makes me feel as good as I do. Baby, I want us to act like we are 22 right now. Just let go, lose control, play songs on the radio too loud. This could be magical. Whoa.
Hi guys. There's probably only one person. It's probably Sammy. He's always lurking late at night. Hi, Sammy. I'm actually messing with a couple different things. So I'm pretty much just doing like a test stream, and I'm going to delete this, but I'm going to try a few things that I've been working on and I set up today. So I just want to take a look and make sure that all this new gadgetry works, for that matter. So let me go and let me see here. What's going on? Hey, you guys are lurking. Thanks, Sammy. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're all lurking. I'm just working on some stuff. I got first, like the biggest thing I have going on right now is I have this set up now. So I just got it going right now. And so I have a little slider working on the side right here. And I wanted to set it up so it doesn't move too fast, where it's not too crazy. And I was doing a bunch of different testing today. So basically, this is just one of the things. And so as I'm watching this, it's not too fast, it's not too crazy, and seems to be doing a pretty good job. And I don't even have my lens on, my good lens. This is my cheapy lens, but I just wanted to work on a few things while I'm sitting here. And so this is the slider that I just got, and this is kind of what it looks like on the tripod. So it's like a little cheap tripod holder, and I just maneuvered it over into this corner really quick, and it's 31 inches, and I set a quick A and B point for it just to slide back and forth on. So this way it gives a little vibe from the side when people are watching. So that's kind of the idea. Let's pass this test. Yo. What's up, Patrick? Got a little slider. I picked up a newer slider, their newest one actually, And we're seeing how it works out. I mean, thing is dead quiet, and I got it on a really slow, tight little area right now, and say for the most, pretty happy with it. Yeah, I didn't really do much working on it, so. Well, it does have an adjustment that turns a certain amount. So I have it set right now. So actually when it goes out further, it's turning the other way instead of turning towards me, which normally I would have it turn back towards me. But it's in such a tight little space where it's moving maybe like 8 inches or so, eight inches, I would say. It's always good. Yeah, I mean, I've been waiting for the right one, and you know, me and you are probably the same. It's like always waiting for the right one for the best cost. So that's the idea. But I think it's like really good for the money. I mean, it's really quiet. I don't hear a thing at all. And so it's pretty cool. Hi, Letitia. How you doing? Hope you're doing good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hi, MD Picker. How are you? Yeah, so like, I think it's really cool from this scene. And then so that I set this up to actually, Sammy, you're here, right here. Yeah, but this slider's so cheap. Everybody's spending a lot of money. I mean, I basically spent $240 on this slider, and I'm really happy with that. Came with the battery that comes with it. I can hook up. I like the remotes because I like a separate thing from my phone, and I don't want anything, an app on my phone or anything like that. So, I mean, overall, I think it's doing a great job with this little quick setup. I mean, I literally set it up in about 10 minutes. So I'm just testing it out today and seeing the vibe. Yeah. All right. Not bad. Not bad. Oh yeah. Plus easy, because that's like, then it's like 500 for the slider, you know, 500 for the head that rotates. And I'm not looking for all that. I'm just looking for a vibe, and plus to use it for B-roll. And so that's the idea that I want, you know. What do you want the slider to do? Capture you from another angle or follow you in the angle too? I want it to do a little bit of both. I mean, you can have it not do either. I mean, that's up to you. But this is just for me. You can have it if it's going to slide a farther distance, right? If you're not sliding like 8 inches or 10 inches, say you're doing like 30 inches, then you could have it rotate a little bit more and then just follow you a little bit more. So it all depends what you want. But I mean, you only have so much of a pan on this that comes with it, because it's like a preset setup. And so it's not like, not $1,000, $2,000 setup. I mean, this is literally as cheap as it gets for something that's hopefully trustworthy, because that was the idea. Like, I want it to be enough money, but it to be trustworthy enough that it's going to last. And so the GVMs and the newer ones lately have been getting better and better. And this was Newer's newest model. So there haven't been any reviews that I've seen really on it. And I said, let me get this. I could do a review on it. And then plus I could just talk about it and test it out and see how it rolls. So that's what I'm working on right now. And then also Sammy did a real quick showcase on how to set a playlist quickly in Vmix. And so I set it up really fast, and it was like literally 2 minutes. So I did it. And so what I'm talking about is I wanted to do something really quick, and this is my Vmix setup. And this is my playlist that I just hit, and that was set up for music. So if I open it up, I could stop that playlist for music, pick a different playlist. Let me do this the right way. Here's the camera switch. And so I hit start. And then hopefully, let's see what happens if I close this. Okay, hopefully, let's see if this rolls. So this should switch on me 30 seconds, 30, there it goes. Wait, oh, that switched back. All right, what happened here? So yeah, that's what I'm doing. It's like it's called a playlist in Vmix, but it's just a little setup. Okay, that's 20 seconds, and this should be 10. Okay, there we go. And then 10 seconds I have on my last camera. So then this would, there we go. So this should be, okay, maybe that's why, right? Well, it's rotating, so that's good. It's going through the gamut, and then this should change, and then come back to me. Good. That's working. So that's kind of cool. So I can have that rolling. Yeah, I am. I mean, I have to. There's ones in the works that I have in my head. It's just that there's just not enough time in a day, unfortunately. But I'm trying to get things set up and new things to keep me rolling a little bit better. So hopefully, let me see now. Now, let me get out of showing you this setup in Vmix. And then let me just see if this rotates in and out on the norm. So the playlist is running. There we go. Then it would automatically, if I was just talking, then it would keep on rotating for however I want it to set up. So it's basically, you know, I set them up for like about 30 seconds, 10 seconds. Because the last one I have is going to be a rear shot. So I didn't want that to be longer with no one talking. So this one was going to be in the back of the room, but I just have it set up so you can see the slider today. And this one goes for like 10 seconds and then should rotate right back to me. So that is working perfect. So I could just be hands-free talking to you guys about a topic. And then as things roll on, I can have this just rotate into a different scene from the side, and then adding the slider from the side just gives it a little bit more depth now as I'm talking. Then this thing will slide slowly, as you can see it. And then, yep, just a little slide. Maybe I'll go a little faster on this. It all depends. I got to get it fine-tuned about how fast I would want it to slide. Yeah, but that's the idea. So then I could just go in and stop that playlist and rotate back to whatever camera I want and come back to the scene. So, all right. So that seems to be working right. Hi, guys. Who we got here? Hi, Hot Tub. The Hot Tub Lady, which is, I heard from you from Ken, the content creator. And then I saw you subscribe and I checked out your channel. I subbed back yesterday too. And this is just out of the shot because I've heard great things about your channel anyways. So I'm glad to check you out. And then there is the Black's Tropical Homestead. Yeah, a rear shot. Not that kind of rear shot. No, we're not looking for that one. So how many Sony cameras do I have now? I have 3 Sony cameras. I have a ZV-1 overhead. I have a ZV-E10 that you're looking at right now. And the one on the slider from the side is an A6400. And so the ZV-1 is my overhead, and I kind of really like the ZV-1 just because it's so quick and easy to take on the run. But I keep it as my overhead at the present time. So this would look like this. Nope, that's my side one. That's my A64. This is my overhead now. And then you guys could watch a little Space Invaders game going on my Stream Deck if you want. So I like this for the overhead, though. It's really good. My desk is a mess. I still have my DBX here that I have to clean up, but it's working. It's a work in the method. But yeah, absolutely. You know, great like people, and I like to surround myself with good peeps, and so it's awesome. Yeah, it's nice to know a lot of different streaming programs and setups and stuff like that. I mean, and plus everything is always changing, and it's just like, you know, in a hot minute, StreamYard can change to, you know, a lot of different things, and then you go out there and Restream is changing. I actually streamed with Restream first. Did my first stream with Restream and OBS. I kind of like did that. I tested out the first like web-based was Restream, and I really liked it. So if I had a budget for just 1 second camera, what would you get? If I had a budget, it depends how big that budget is. Yes, that's the key, right? How big is that budget? What is your first camera? That's what I would ask first, right? Because are you in the Sony setup already? Do you have a you know, a crop sensor with a different lens or not? You know, so kind of got to know a couple things before I would recommend something to somebody right away. You know, so, but I mean, say if you had an A6400 or whatever, how can you just not recommend a ZV-E10? I just, you know, especially if you have a 6400, it's a great camera. I thought you did, and I did. I've had, so your first camera is a Canon M50 Mark II. So I had the regular M50 and I had the Canon M50 Mark II, and I just recently let that go and picked up an A6400. The Canon is something that I always recommend to people, generally because the menu system is so easy and the setup is so easy. But the thing is, you know, that it's not like you have to rush to go and get rid of this camera, or ever, you know, for that matter, because that's like everybody thinks, oh, they're not making lenses and they're not going to be making this camera anymore. And, but it doesn't matter. You know, you can use this for years to come. So, but honestly, you know, Sony is really doing a great job with things, and the M50 is a great camera with literally a $20 attachment that goes on it, which I had. You can basically go and just connect like all these EF lenses. And so why not just have that M50 for a runaround camera to take photos, because it's a hybrid. You have a viewfinder. The ZV-E10 does not. So I like that, but I would definitely, like, if I was in the studio, keep that camera mostly in the studio all the time. And that's why I got the ZV-E10. It's never going to leave my studio. The ZV-E10 is going to sit here all the time and stream. And then I would take an A6400 probably, or a ZV-1, depending on. Now, remember, the A6400 is a weatherproof sealed unit camera, which is much more stronger and built like a tank. And then you get a lens that matches that, and you got a little something you could take out in, you know, not so great weather. So, but that's, how can you not go with the ZV-E10? And a ZV-1 is like, yeah, right. ZV low. And here's the thing. I literally last week could have picked up a ZV-1 for $450. I mean, here's another camera that I think is so great and versatile, so light, way better to vlog with than the ZV-E10. It's got much more, it's got a better stability than the ZV-E10 does. I mean, I don't know who wants to messing around with the ZV-E10 and then go take all that footage and run it through Catalyst and whatever. I mean, I would rather just take a GoPro, honestly, a GoPro 10 that has good stabilization, or I would just take the ZV-1. So, yeah. But, yeah, it really is. It really is. And All you got to do is get something that has a little bit of a reach on it. So you get a really light Ulanzi that I've shown 100 times. It just sits over here, actually. I've shown this 100 times, and this basically just reaches out. You put your Sony camera up here, and then this double acts as a tripod. And then there's your vlogging setup. I throw the ZV-1 on here, and I'm good to go. And that's kind of like what I do a lot. Let's get the side view here. I want to see this slider in action a little bit. It's very subtle, you know? So very subtle, which is good. I like that. I like subtleties. So, hi Melanie, how you doing? Thank you for stopping in. I'm actually just doing a little test stream with some added things that I had. Thank you. Yeah, the camera looks really, this is the kit lens on the 6400. As I put my hand out there, it just captures it. But it's, you know, the kit lens is, the ISO is a little bit cranked up because, you know, it's a 3.5 f-stop on that. And then the front camera is the ZV-E10 with the Sigma 16 at 1.4. So it's definitely going to be a crisper look. But I just took this off. I was having and this is the thing. You buy a used camera from somebody. The thing looks like brand new. And I've been using the camera for the last month or so. And I'm not great with the menu system yet with the Sony setup. I'm just learning it all. And I had a couple wrong settings in there. So actually, this is great to jump on here. I've tested it for hours and hours for the last couple of days. And I was getting a little glitch. And I found out that as I'm streaming in 30 frames per second at 1080p, my camera was throwing out 4K. So it was causing like this little glitch every now and again. So I went and changed like things out, thinking it could have been a cable, could have been this. But now I've gone like about 12 hours straight, and it usually would happen, you know, right away, you know, in the first hour. And it seems I've seemed to have found out the setting that I had wrong and reset it. So yeah, I mean, there's such a great, you know, a great setup right now overall, especially for content creators. I mean, we could always argue over different things, but as me, I'm not like a running gun guy that would take a GH5 that has like incredible, you know, 4K. Or some of these Fuji cameras have incredible 4K for the price. But you can't trust the autofocus in any of them, right? So you got to go with if you're going to get an autofocus system, I mean, really, you know, everybody knows it's going to be Sony or Canon, and that's just a given. So, hey, what's going on, Arkansas living? Yeah, I'm playing with the slider. It's very subtle. I wonder if you can see it. See how my light is coming in over here behind us a little bit. So that light is coming into play over there, and then it's going to head back the other way slowly. And so I set these points up, and I set it up just to be very subtle right now. And I kind of like it. It's pretty good for a $240 slider. So I'm pretty happy with the vibe I'm getting from it. It's amazing that the Sony cameras can use 4K output and will last you for years. Yeah, as long as you don't go outside and move around with the 4K. Otherwise, you will have, you know, on these crop sensor cameras, it will look like Jello, you know, because unfortunately that's what they do. And that's why I always tell people this EV1 is actually just like better in 4K because it's just 4K. It's not 6K downsample. I say this about 9,000 times a month. So, hey, what's going on? I'm digging the slider. Yeah, $240, man, Steve. I mean, you can't go wrong. I mean, I don't have it set up on the greatest little setup. I mean, I really just threw this up really fast. But this is what it looks like from back there. And it's 31 inches. And basically, this is what of course, I'll hit the wrong one. This is what you're getting from the side. And it's kind of subtle, right? It's just, if I'm sitting here talking, and let's hit that playlist again and let it run through. So now I could do automatic camera switching, right? And the automatic camera switching will just basically switch through my cameras. I have it set up for just a real quick 3-set camera setup, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 10 seconds. And so we'll see if it switches. Oh, we'll have to see if I wonder, this is a good test because, let me see. Okay. Let me see if this catches up. So now if I'm, okay, then it skipped over. So that's 10 seconds there. And then it should automatically, hey, what's up, Vin? I saw you getting some stuff rolling with the whatchamacallits, maple syrup, because Vinny does a lot of maple syruping at this time of year. So this is his time of year. Hey, Stuart, how you doing? I'm basically just testing out a slider, guys, and then a couple settings that I have in Vmix. Yeah, I like subtle of it, but plus it gives you another point of view, right, for discussing something, right? Like this is just really quick. I set it up but you see, you can feel the motion. So I could feel the motion. I could see it. So that is perfect, I think. It's just a nice little subtle movement, and I like that. And I don't know, I'm pretty happy with it, man. It's so quiet. Yep. Yeah, I know. Tapping, sapping, and evapping. That's you right now. I got to come and visit you. Check it out. Yeah, I mean, that slider it's really good. I'm really happy with it so far. And the great thing is some of the things that the past sliders were doing, like it comes with a nice little case behind me. So I have this whole case that it goes in. And back like a year or two ago, people were just complaining because the case, when the motor was attached, wasn't usable. And so, like, what good is that? So now they have that case comes pre-assembled. The motor is already attached on it now, and it fits in there right away. So that case is able to go anywhere, and the motor is dead silent at the slow motion. And even when it's going fast, it's like not even a thought of it being too loud. So I'm going to do a review on it and just throw it out there. And I always worry, because when you go cheap, sometimes you get bit in the butt but I just did my research, and for $240, like basically if this thing lasts me for 2 years, I would think that was a home run. But if it lasts me for years, then it's like definitely a great thing. So this is working for me. Now I'll have this set up different, but this camera switching that's going on right now is automatic. So I'm not doing it. This is going right through, Vmix and happening. So it's great to see, that working so easy. That was such an easy setup to have the camera switching. So I'm going to have this scene, then I'll go into this scene, and then I'll have that third camera that's showing the slider in the back of the room and give me the whole thing. Like, I could even just switch that right now. Yeah, I could probably. Kind of like something like that. There we go. Right? And that will give like the rear view. Yeah, I'll adjust it, but that's the idea. It'll give me like 10 seconds back there and then come right to the next one. So, okay. Yeah, it does. So it has this remote that's attached, and this is what I wanted. I didn't want a wireless unit. It's a Cat 5 wire attached to it. The battery is attached to this. So what's great is the battery is attached to this. The weight isn't on the slider. So this added battery doesn't weigh on the slider as it's going back and forth. It's just right here. And if I wanted to, there's a great little 5-volt, 2-amp system, so I could hit a battery power pack on this. And so I can use either or. But this battery will probably last, 3 hours, 4 hours. So it's kind of what I wanted, because I want to get away from any remotes or any apps on the phone. It's just nice to have something separate from everything, because I got like some of these apps on the phone for, for streaming, and then for the YouTube studio, and then for the lights in the background. And it's just like, you got to narrow some things down. So that's what I'm trying to do. All right. So let me see here. All right. Oh, I love the back view of the DB286S. Yeah, I'm really happy with how easy it is to set up. And I think overall, it's just a solid unit. It's like, it's a no-brainer. You can basically watch a couple videos on this and get it down a little bit. And I'm pretty happy with it. And Steve, I picked this up for $120. I think it's like brand new looking. So I figured for $120, I couldn't go wrong. So I am ecstatic with it. I'm pretty darn happy with it. Yeah, it really is. And it's something that I've known about for a while, but it's just like, I had a lead on one about 8 months ago, and then it got away from me, and that was it. Yeah, it's me. I have 2 fans go. And the thing is, I have the VST'S also in the wavelength, so I can use a VST in there to take away that sound. The NS1 is amazing, the way it takes away the sound, but also this like little gate setup on this, it's pretty darn good. I've been doing some like testing, and if you set it correctly, you really don't hear it. And hardware is always just a great thing above software, right? When you can escape the software, it's just always a great way to, for a cheap way, it made sense. If I had to buy it new for $250 or so, it would be something I wouldn't be buying right now. But yeah, I really am. I love the Wave XLR for streaming. It gives you all the versatility in the world. All the audio routing becomes easy. It just really makes things really simple. I mean, it's basically doing the same thing pretty much as like a Go XLR. And now that I pretty much have, now I wonder if this playlist is running, do I override it when I camera switch? Let me see. No, so I have to stop this. Okay, boom, which is one button. And then I can. Okay, so here is my Wave XLR. Okay, underneath is a Motu M2 audio interface I use to drive my JBL speakers and have backup systems. And then basically, this right here is a PC panel. It's the thing I just did a video on. And these PC panels, these sliders are basically connected to my audio routing. So I have one for music, one for video play, one for epidemic. Like, it's just anything I want to set it to. So I have them set up to what I want specifically. And I actually have physical sliders, kind of like, because I prefer that, right? The physical sliders, just like I did with the Rodecaster Pro. And so I'm really happy with that. Really happy with that. Okay, and then let me see something. What else can I do here? Boom, boom, boom. The large that you are trying to achieve cannot be found. Okay. I'm messing with a couple other things that I've been working on. So, how's everybody doing this weekend, though? Title. Why isn't that title showing up? Let me see. Refresh titles. Do. Oh yeah, let me see if that's working. Is this working? Stream ticker. Okay, that's working. That still works. And this one I have now. Okay. Let's make sure this works. Be right back. Okay, that works good. That works good. Okay, good. That's all working. But Hi, Dimebag Darren. How you doing, man? Yeah, I'm trying a bunch of little things, and I got this camera slider rocking and rolling on the side of me here that I just got set up. So right there. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Maybe just a tad faster. I'm not sure. But I like that. It's subtle. It's pretty subtle. I don't know what's going on with this. I'm trying to work on a few things that I have not touched in a long time. Sometimes when you don't work on things, you forget how they work. Yeah, that light is the light is an Amaron 100D. It's one of the lights that I went over when we did like Black Friday stuff, and you could still pick up the light itself for $170. And then these soft boxes were on sale. So the grid and the soft box was another 100. So to have this light for, with tax around $300 is, it's like an exceptional buy. Exceptional. So I'm really happy with that. Yeah, I know. I want to, but it's not, it went through the other day, and now it's not going through, and I don't know why. I love making it all go. Why does that get blocked out on this? It's kind of weird. It must be something with the Chrome setup with your avatar. That's weird. Yeah, I don't know, Sammy. The title should be in here, but I'm wondering, because I'm using my chat in the chat overlay, will it not grab it also? And so that's what I'm wondering about too. There it is. What the heck? I forgot how to do it. That's why. All I had to do is do this. I'm such a schmuck. There we go. Okay. So now, I'm such a schmuck. Yeah. See, it's like been a while. And so, yeah, I forget sometimes. So here we go. Let's try this. Let's get Dimebag Darren. And let's see what this looks like. Yeah, it worked. It was my mistake. So let's see if I can get this to come up. Boom. There it is. There we go. So this is the Vmix social. And all right, that's working. That is working. I haven't used this in a long time. And then I saw Jeff using it. I was like, let me grab it. Except that I think I want to make a new overlay and make one myself that I like. Because the ones in there, they look like they're from like the 90s or something. And so I want something a little bit more newer looking. So it's confusing because I use so many different things. That's the problem, Sammy. That's the problem. And then what I do is I have a shortcut though built in on this. So I just push F1 afterwards and I get rid of it. So I don't have to click anything. So then that makes it a little bit better. So then I can send this, boom. Yeah, it's because I'm probably the only person, Darren, that is connected with that Chrome setup that I use. And not many people probably use that streaming wise. And then the other bunch of people that you stream with is like StreamYard and stuff. So now when I switched over to this though, it came right up. So that's cool. And then I just hit F1, I get rid of that and that works. And then I can go in here. We could see Elo's handsome face in here. There it is. Yeah, so I set this up a while ago because you could see it's like perfect with the edge right here. And it's as low as it can go. It's a little different, you know, it's something just different. What's Steve saying here? Dude, did you add a third screen to your list? I have two brand new 24-inch screens that were sitting in the garage. And so I took one and used it because it's so great to have an extra screen. So having 3 screens makes a huge difference on this whole big setup. And so, yeah, I did that a while ago. And I don't know why I'm doing all this because I have to take all this stuff down eventually. Okay, so now I'm going to play music through my Wave XLR just straight from Epidemic. So now I don't have to pipe anything in. I don't have to do anything. I just go, I have my sliders to adjust the volume. So I'll bring this down a little bit. And then let's just go and try, let's see this. Let me make sure this is coming. You guys hear that, right? So you should be hearing that. Yeah. I was really impressed with the overview you gave of that Revelator. And, you know, I know they're having some little issues with the main focus of the Revelator is to bring in streams, you know, to bring in those streams. And they got on their last update, I heard they got rid of their stream mix. And so that's going to hurt them for a little bit, I think, unless there's like a workaround or something's different, Darren. But that's the main thing that's so great with that is, right, you can just pull in streams because that's what's so important with this stuff. It's like pulling this music in is like a cinch. If I had to do it on StreamYard, it's a cinch too. And if I have to do it on anything, it's just really easy. What are you saying here, Sam? You can make a Vmix social comment with a coffee mug. I could. All right. So all my stuff is working. That's good. So here's my Vmix social. And I'm happy to have that choice that I can use either or. Obviously, it helps. It's a good thing to have the other thing as a backup too, because now if I wanted to, I could still pull the comments over here. Is there a different allowance made for this in the new software? I don't think so. So that's why I'm a little curious. And I know they're fighting some of those issues with the software was the biggest issue. But when they do clear it up, I mean, listen, I would buy it if they did a couple things, because I would like to have one unit that has the ability to connect my speakers. But Wave XLR, I mean, all Elgato needs to do is add a second mic input and some outputs for some speakers, and they'll sell twice as many of these next year. That's all they have to do. Hi, Schley. I'm gonna pull you up on this one. And this looks neat right there, right? Hey all, John, you're sounding amazing. Sound amazing. Thank you. Relaxing set. Yeah, I'm testing out a couple different things and everything's working perfect. I'm so happy. I just have to mix up a couple different things that I have to straighten out, but otherwise, I mean, everything looks good. My GPU memory is under 45% with 4 inputs. So that's fantastic. And then with all my overlay, guys, I have 57 inputs also running. So that's pretty awesome. Hey, nice to see you. Nice to see you, No Brainer. Thank you, man. Hope you're doing well. All right, so good. That's working. Yeah, still going. That's great. Man, it's so quiet. So quiet, that slider. What did you say, Steve? Yeah. Did I miss it? What are you using to pull up the comments? Looks interesting. Well, this is built into Vmix, right? But I can make my own look if I wanted to in Canva. You know what I mean? So I can go and make something up that looks a little snazzier if I want to, and then just pull it in as a virtual input and use it. But this is built into Vmix. That's like one of their presets. And what I usually use is it's like a Chrome extension that I usually use. And so with the Chrome extension, now this is a little different, right? That look, and it looks good. It looks pretty professional, but I can also go with like this setup like this. And I can make the blue here be any color, and that little ring that goes around, I can make that any color. I could change the fonts in this also. And so a couple people have used it, but it's, you know, it's just like a different way to do it. It's something that I kind of like because it's just easy and works well. But I like to know everything. So I got to kind of make sure I'm on top of everything. But now I'll go back to this look. Well, let's get rid of the other one. Clear that. Boom. Thank you, Tina. Thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah. Here's my other New Jersey buddy also. Besides Sammy, this is Jay Cruz. How we doing, man? Healthy Bearded. He's got his bearded channel, and then he's got Healthy Bearded because he is on a weight loss journey, bro. And I'm right behind you, man. I was down to 252 pounds, and now I'm back up to like 270, 272. And I need to be back down to 250. This year has been cray, and I need to make a move. What do you got here, Darren? I'm not skipping anybody. I'm kind of just trying to pay attention. I have been able to do live in 2 different live streams simultaneously while keeping both audio sources separate with it. And that's okay. So you can route it. How many things can you route, Darren? I think it was 2 or 3 with that you can route. I would definitely need 3 minimum. Yeah. Yeah, there's I spilled a little coffee actually on the table that's next to me. So yeah, Sammy's got to 500 subs. I was thanked him the other day, and that was awesome. He's making a move, man. This year he's getting serious with this stuff. Okay, let me see here. All right. Good. Yeah, everything is working great. Okay. Input. Let me see. All right, let's start I want to see if I can start from scratch with this playlist. Now it should switch again automatically. Look at all these people on a Sunday night, man. What is going on, everybody? Alan, how are you? What's going on? From the Philippines, this guy's cranking out videos left and right, and his wife just opened up like a bakery. There we go. There's the automatic switch. Okay. 30 seconds, and then another 30 from this side view with the slider going. So there's a subtlety here with the slider. You can feel the motion a little bit. I think maybe a tad faster. And then, what's up, Daniel? How you doing, man? Thanks, man, for saying hi. And then this is a 10-second back here for the rear, and then right to the front. Okay, so this is all automatic switching, and it's working really good. So I'm psyched. That is great. Hey, Giga Art. Thanks. Yeah, Vmix is great, man. There's just like, it is top notch, you know. I love it. And once you pay for it, you're done. You don't need to keep on paying monthly, and I like that. I am not a monthly guy. Hey, I love when I get to see you, brother. I love, Noel, when you come in and say hi. It's great. It's such a nice surprise from Puerto Rico, man. Give this guy some thumbs up. All right. He's got a great channel. He does live streaming. He talks about cameras. We're all in the same boat. We're in the same boat, man. You know? So it's great to see you. Thanks for stopping in. I'm just doing a little test stream. Every time I do a little test stream, it's like you always get people. You always get people coming in and stuff. Plus different times. You guys haven't seen me too much on Sundays at this time especially. Who's this over here? Wow, it's been a long time since I watched. Hey, how you doing, man? Nice to see you. I'm glad that you can watch and drop in and say hi. Secondhand Rose, I saw your stream that you did. I think it was today. Yeah. Did like a 40-minute stream and on your other channel, and I saw it and I was watching it, checking it out. And I'm glad that you're doing it. That's the key, man. You just got to get out there. You can't be afraid. You get out there and stream, and you make these small little increments of improvements. You guys can go and just look at my videos from last year. I went from a guy that knew nothing to just, you know, brain spaz and just jumping into this whole YouTube thing. So that's my, that's a great, Dr. Elo. Noel's great. I love when he pops in here, man. He gives me a little surprise. Yeah, I just caught this no-brainer. Yeah, no, we're not. That was like a once-in-a-lifetime, I think, that night in October, where I did a live stream for 4 or 5, I think it was 5 hours. And I was just like, proving a point to somebody because they were talking about streaming and how much pressure they put on themselves to have a stream that has so much information. And I was like, sometimes you don't need to do that. Like sometimes you'll just be blown away about the people that just show up in a stream when you're just testing stuff, right? Well, that wasn't my thought. I wasn't testing anything. I was basically saying I did a stream about nothing. So if you come here, it's really nothing. And I picked up, with the help of some really great community members, reaching out to everybody. And I picked up like 65 subscribers that night to go over my 1,000 subscribers. I had my watch hours, and at 2:17 in the morning, or 2:37, I think it was, in the morning, I put my application in to get monetized into YouTube. And well, guess what? I got approved by that Monday. And so that was like a really, really cool thing. I don't know if it's my new time. I had actually no thoughts of streaming today, but then all of a sudden this slider that came into the mail today was supposed to come tomorrow, and it came today. And you know how it is, Sammy. You can't wait. I couldn't wait. I had to grab the slider. I threw it on a real makeshift setup and just set up some A and B points and just let it loop back and forth. And I wanted to prove to some people that you don't have to spend a ton of money on a slider to get a vibe that you're looking for. And so I'm hoping that this slider right now on this view is going to be something that people can realize that is, you know, it's worth it. So now granted, that camera's not set up perfect, but it is, it's doing the job. It's doing the job. All right, and so now I could stop this playlist. The music stopped, and that was from Epidemic. This is called a playlist that I have rolling where these cameras are switching automatically right now. And so I will stop that, and then I can go into playlists and now switch to a playlist called intro music that I have, and we'll see how this works. I might have to adjust the volume. The volume's pretty low. Okay. Let's go check this playlist out. Sorry. Let me see now. Intro music. Let's see. All right, so the music's going, but I'm not there. There, I think that's it. Let's try it. Nope. Is it going? Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. So this is a little 3-song playlist that I have built in the Vmix. So now I'm not going from the website Epidemic. I'm downloaded some songs, dropped in 3 songs in a row here, and now they're playing from the playlist, and they'll loop if I set it up correctly. And so it's just another thing that I have as backup music. What do you got here? Do you have your main lights in a lower power, the softboxes, or do you have them have a filter in the stream because your skin tone is not too bright? Okay, so I'm actually have my softboxes really, really low, and I normally would have them up a little bit so you could have you know, definitely a little bit of a better view. But this is, I want to show you, I should be able to pull this in here. You can't see this, but this is a lantern, a softbox. So it's different from a softbox like this. This is directional with the grid. And so this would come, this is coming right on me, and I would have it a tad lighter generally. And it's connected with Bluetooth. So I can connect up to that, and I will in a second and show you. But the light in front of me here is a lantern. So it comes with a skirt, and then you can skirt it and have directional light over the top, or you can have an ambient light increase tremendously by lighting up the whole area. It's pretty awesome, pretty actual, the whole setup. But I hope that helps you a little bit, because it's really soft light. It's really low also. Yeah, okay, so right now that light on the side is set to 18%, and now I'm gonna bring it up a bit. Well, hopefully I am. I don't know why I have two fixtures in here. I only have one. What is this picking up? Do. There, this is, I put the wrong scene in. There it is. Okay, so let's see. It actually was on, believe it or not, it was on 1%. So I'm gonna bring up the side light, which is this light here. This is 6%, okay? Just to give you an idea, this is 6% right now, so we'll show it from the front, and that lights me up a little bit. I'm gonna take it up. Now you can see it's too shiny a little bit there, because it is awfully close. There, that's 8.9%, so like 9%. So, you know, because it's a soft light, it wraps around pretty good, right? Because this is coming from this direction, and because it's so big, it does a great job with not like making your whole head light up. So, yeah, exactly, is the Amaron. Yep. But I was working on things, and so I don't like things really bright in here if I'm just working on stuff. I had no intentions of streaming really tonight, and now that I could test this stuff out, it gives me an idea. So, like right now, testing this music out in the background, I feel it's pretty low, right? It's not annoying at this, so it's like a good thing. I like to test stuff out and then go back and listen, because I know from like my browsers how loud things sound, but I just want to make sure that this sounds not too loud too. So I'm gonna go back and listen to everything. Yeah, I mean, this is really not, everything's going to be broken down and rebuilt because I have a new desk, Noel. So I really just janked things together and everything, but this gives you a little bit better look, the way it will flow and stuff. I'm getting there. All right. I have 3 right now. I have 3 at the moment. So you can see the one in front of me. I'm watching you guys. I got this one here, and I got that guy right there. I just put that third one because it really helps me with stuff. So like if I wanted to, I could just go, I'm looking at my top screen. I don't know if you could see things being highlighted here. And then we'll go to some of my music that I have. I'm gonna go to my stream music, and okay, so you can hear this coming in. And I just brought out the music that was playing from the playlist in Vmix. So now I stopped that. And now it's playing straight from Epidemic. You got to be ready, because sometimes, like, you never know when things happen that is, are things going to be flowing perfectly? Or are they, you know, going to mess up? And so you got to be ready sometimes, and being ready is the key. So took over half the living room. That's awesome. The teleprompter I have, my particular one, goes right onto my camera lens. And so that will be a whole nother separate thing that it attaches. So I don't have to worry about that. No, it's okay. Yeah, I mean, it's just that, like, when you're in here for hours working on stuff, you don't want the bright lights. And then, you know, then when I decided to stream, I was actually like, I didn't even really think about it, because I just wanted to test these things out. But that's kind of good, right? Because then at least I'm not so dark now when I'm streaming and talking to you guys. But this is sometime, you know, these things you gotta work on. Okay. Got your world headquarters, huh, Darren? This is the living room. All right. I think everything has worked excellent. This slider is still going. I wonder if I touch it, will it show me? Oh, there it is. Okay, so how long have I been streaming? I should take a look at that. How long? I don't even know. An hour. Okay. So I've been streaming for an hour, and I was at about 80%, and now I'm at 64%. So this battery with 100% charge should let this slider rock easily for 4 hours, I would say. So that's going to be no problem just with a battery. And plus I could directly connect it to power too. So it's all good. Oh, thank you. You know, I get so many compliments on that lamp. It's crazy. It's kind of funny that people like it so much. Yeah, I really like it. I really like it. Actually, my wife found that. She added it in. I liked it though. I was like, yeah, I like that. That's cool. Hi, Yolanda. Nice to see you. Happy Sunday to you too. Yeah, I bet you a lot of people are watching football. I saw the game was on when I jetted in here, but I just wanted to really keep rocking with this. Got to move forward with my more videos, and the slider is going to be used for B-roll to make things a little interesting. I actually also on my stream deck, I set a new profile up, and JA a while was talking about setting some shortcuts up for DaVinci Resolve. And so I did like about 8 shortcuts on there, and I'm going to start using them when I start doing my editing to help things really just go a little bit smoother. And then I just wanted to have everything set up to really start doing my thing, you know, because I got to get these videos out, and it's going to be the one thing that's going to get me recognized more. But I don't want people to forget, you know, my streaming skills, because I worked really hard to get where I am with streaming in a short time. And, you know, I definitely want to find a home eventually that I can show people stuff about streaming and and stuff like that. So that might happen down the road. You never know. How far is my back wall? That is about from the back of me, 8 or 9 feet. And then I got about another 3 feet in front of me, I would say. So. Hey, what's going on, Paul? Nice to see you. How you doing? All right. All right, let's give me one look on the overhead. So this is my ZV-1. So that looks cool. Did you see this? There you go. You guys can watch the Pac-Man run around on the stream deck. Like the old days. This looks really good. This is clean. I'm happy with this look. And there's the slider. Okay. All right. Doing a good job. Came with the ball head too. Comes with the ball head, the battery, 31-inch slider, all for about $240. I'm pretty happy. Pretty happy. Ah, I saw something. I didn't even take a look yet. I got to go look at that. I got a couple questions today I got to get back to. And then I actually had someone reach out to me for sponsoring a video that I need to get back to also. Was really lucky about that. You're looking to upgrade your camera from streaming. Then he suggested, yeah, for 100. Oh God, that's a rough one. I really would like you to get like, I don't know what you have right now. I would assume you probably got like a Logitech 920. You know, if I had to say, I'd probably get the Elgato face cam, and it's $200 though. For $100, it's a rough call. Do not get the Logitech Brio, whatever you do. The Brio is garbage and the colors are garbage. But if you're gonna just go and upgrade a little bit, if you got like a really cheap one, get the same one that like Tracy has, you know, just get a Logitech 920, you know, or a 922 for like 60 or $70, and then just keep that for a bit. You should have a bit of improvement. And being that you're using StreamYard at 720, it's not worth it to go and spend some big bucks on it, you know, because you're not paying for a StreamYard 1080 plan. So if you're going to be streaming all the time at 720p, just get a Logitech 920 or 922. That's it. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, get the Logitech 920 and then when you're ready to go into like a mirrorless camera down the road, then you spend the bucks, save up for that for next year if you decide to go that route. Or you don't want to go that route and complicate things. $200 will get you the Logitech, the Elgato face cam. Now, if you want to jump that and not spend twice and just get the Logitech, the Elgato, sorry. If you just want to get the Elgato face cam for $200, then you could go that route, you know. Yeah, I was looking for my my YouTube page, but I think I deleted it off.
Friends.
That was me. All right, so let's do F1 here. Boom, get rid of that. Okay. Right. I'm gonna take a look. All right. Good, good, good. I'm pretty happy with things. That everything seems to really come together with everything here. Boom. Good. All right. What is this here? Have you ever shared how to use dual screens? Have you ever shared how to use dual screens? Tell me exactly what you mean by that. Have you ever shared how to use dual screens? Because like when you have a PC and you have a video card like I do, I can connect, 4 screens right out of the computer. Whereas like if you get an M1 Mac, you're going to have to, get a dongle to do that generally. How to set up dual mod. Yeah, see, it's to be honest with you, for anyone with a PC with a video card, and even if they don't have a video card, most PCs come with, like at least 2 screens you can connect. There's 2 HDMIs built in. So all you do is plug it in. That's it. You're done. Otherwise, if you have like one of the Macs from the last couple of years, you got to work with a dongle, and it's really easy, and you don't have to spend like top dollar and buy the dongle from Apple. They have dongles that fairly cheap, and then all you have to do is plug that dongle into the USB-C. But that's why people end up spending like $200 for a separate setup to have separate monitors, USB-C, more USB ports, and then more HDMIs. So they go and buy like a Caltech unit, and then they have all those connections that cost like $200 on top of the M1 Mac. So, and then that becomes easy, but you're gonna want to go that route most likely anyway if you got an M1, because it's just like you're gonna want to have all those extra ports down the road anyway. Always will become an issue without having that, at least for most people. Hey, Nick H. Dongles. We're talking dongles, you can buy a dongle or an adapter. Yep. And otherwise, like for me to hook up monitors, it's just plug and play. I can go, depending on the quality of the monitors you're setting up, hertz wise or whatever, you go with a HDMI cord, or the whatever, I forget the other higher up ones, because that's what I'm running actually, because I'm running like I think 120 hertz. Hey. Okay. That's awesome. I'm going to leave this up for tomorrow. I'll be able to go skate back at this and look at these things and check these things out. I know that she got her hands on an M1 Mac. That's why a while ago, and she was a little bit frustrated with it because of not having one before and didn't expect she was gonna have to buy some extra stuff. But I don't think she took it back, and I think that's what she has. Which, if you can't build a PC yourself, which is what I do. The M1 is a great thing to buy, right? It's definitely a great bang for the buck. For me personally, it's not the best option. So for me, who I build my own PCs, I can set myself up for years ahead of savings with the options that I set myself up with. But everybody has a different scenario. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, so all you have to do is look up. See, the thing is, like, if you tell someone to just go and get a dongle without doing, I know I love the word dongle. If I just tell you to go get a dongle, I mean, that's one fix, you know, but the problem is that down the road, everybody ends up wanting more ports for stuff also, because now you use that one little, you know, port that you have. So they usually get it's called a Caltech unit for your Mac. I wonder if I could find one. Let me see. I'll go to Amazon. I'm not, Sammy's a Mac guy. I'm not the Mac guy, but. Okay. Yeah, you want a docking station. Yeah, it is Caltech, right? Caltech. Oh, wait, is that the other one? Hold on. All right, so there's so many of them. I know other people buy this Anchor one too here, but I'll give you an example. So this is like something that people would get something like this. And then so they plug this in, and then you have the ability to have all these extra ports. See, HDMI 2, HDMI 3, so they can they can have multiple setups. There's 2 USBs, a VGA, and so they add that to the system, and then you're good to go. But just make sure it's compatible with your particular unit, that it says M1 and the newest stuff. Because this says compatible Mac OS except M1 chip on this. It says it right here with compatibility devices. I see it right here. So just make sure you get one that's compatible with your device. But I'm just giving you a how it would work scenario. Where is Sammy? Yeah, the Caltech is the good one. Yeah, absolutely. I know a lot of people seem to use that one. So, yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with it. It's definitely for the bang for the dollar. It's great. It's just that a lot of people get surprised. Yeah, yeah, Darren, I see you too. You're saying the Anchor, they usually have some pretty good setups too. Just make sure that whatever you get is compatible with your setup. I know the Caltech T5, there's like a few of them, so you could spend easily like $200, but it's probably worth it because then you'll have all the ports you're gonna need forever. The minute you start like cutting back on things, and you know, that's when you're like down the road, you're like, ah, oh, dang, I should have got more stuff. Okay. Oh, I didn't even see this. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Well, you're on the track then. The Cal Digit. That's what I was. Yep. The Cal Digit. That's the one. Yep. Yeah. Sammy knows a little bit more because he's working with that stuff in and out every day, and he's more of a Mac guy than I am. I came from using a Mac for 8 years, and then 2 years ago I built my first PC, and then I built two more. Yeah, exactly. Having that Thunderbolt is definitely a plus. So, but all right, everything has worked perfect tonight. I'm so happy. That's great. I love the slider. It was worth every dollar. Plus, I get to go back and listen to my overhead mic again and see how this is sounding, which I'm back on track with sounding pretty darn good, I think. For a while, I had a little glitch with stuff, but now I think I'm pretty good with it. I got to put my Sigma on too, because I'm just running the standard 16 to 50 lens on the 6400 right now too. So it's not that I'm like definitely a PC guy. I really think the M1, and I'm glad Apple did this, because like, look at, basically you're running two different operating systems, but you were running all the stuff in the inside the same. I mean, it was all just, oh, thank you so much for the super chat, Yolanda. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're always so giving. Thank you. So yeah, basically the PC for me is because I could build them, and I've been building PCs since the late 90s. So for me, or like about 2000, yeah, 99. And so when you can do that, you can set yourself up. And that's what I mean by why it makes sense for me, because then I could buy a really top-notch motherboard that supports that chip food chain 2 generations down, right? Because usually you get 2 to 3 generations off of a motherboard, if you're lucky 3. And so now AMD lets you really go like 2 to 3 generations. I can buy the motherboard, have the CPUs for next generations. Now, granted, like I'm doing all this streaming and doing everything that I'm doing here. And let's see how much CPU usage my computer is using. So CPU, I want to make sure the Vmix is not the same as that. I'm using 24%, okay? With running 4 cameras, running a stream, running multiple applications open, and I'm using 24%. So that tells me that my CPU is not even barely breaking a sweat. Then you go to my GPU. My GPU is also at 25%. So this computer that is, you know, a year and a half old is not even breaking a sweat right now. So now next year I can buy a cheaper CPU that will be, I won't upgrade unless I'm getting about a 50% bump in power. It makes no sense. You know what I mean? So I'll just go and buy something that is, 10 or 20% of an improvement. It makes no sense to spend that extra money. I want a 50% jump. So basically, I won't make those jumps until it makes sense money-wise, and then I'll make that jump. So probably in the next, year or 2, I might make a jump. So we'll see as it goes. All depends what the prices are, because right now hard drive costs and memory costs are really cheap. CPUs are a little bit more expensive. GPUs are through the roof. So you can still build a fairly cheap system, but the GPU kills you right now. So you got to find something just to get you by until you can afford a decent GPU, unfortunately. What are you saying here? What video card do I have? Okay, yeah, I have an RTX 2060. So my idea was to buy, and when I bought this brand new, it was $340, the video card. Now these same video cards are going for like $700, So I bought the least powerful video card that runs the newest encoders. So that was my thought process, not spending more than what I need. And it was a good call because it does everything I needed to do and then some. So Darren, yeah, yeah. An AMD FX, yeah. I know that I mean, I had Athlon chips going back like 2001, 2003. Yeah, Athlon, AMD chips, and some Intel stuff. Yeah, I was doing everything. Ah, Threadripper, I would love to. I mean, I would love to have a Threadripper, but I don't need one right now. Yeah, and that's why all the crypto that's going on. Absolutely. Yep. Their all-time high is that. And then there's just, you know, the shortage of chips in general, which is the reason why you can't find, you know, a ZVE10 so easy. And then the A64s that I talked about in my streams are not going to happen. And I'm so happy because now I've been streaming for like over an hour. I haven't had one glitch in a live stream. I did my test stuff at home, and I didn't have a glitch with this, but now actually doing a stream and not having one glitch come on, I'm so happy because that means that camera is perfect. And it was user error, which that's why I never come back and bash anything too soon, because when you're getting anything new, it's like user error is probably high on the list of having something happen. Yeah, I mean, they're going through the roof. They're the video cards. I mean, I used to have a 98 Pro ATI. Remember those? That's going back. And I didn't game. I didn't do any gaming. I was a PC builder. I loved it. Overclocking stuff. You know, I just like building the stuff and getting my hands wet in there and messing with things. Yeah. I want to thank you, Londa, again. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thanks. But yeah, I've been so happy with AMDs and it's, listen, if you didn't have AMD, you wouldn't have Intel sprinting forward to do better stuff too. I mean, it's really good competition and you want that because you don't want one company just kicking butt and then they control everything, you know, out there in retail land. So always great competition. I mean, like it's the same thing for streaming, you know, you got like, you got Melon out there right now. You got Be Live out there. You got StreamYard out there. You got Restream out there. You got a couple other new ones that are out there. It's like 5 or 6 of them. And there's probably room for all of them, you know, but, you know, and maybe one of them want to sponsor me. I don't know. Possibility? I'm just saying it's possible. Yeah. I mean, user error. I mean, it happens more than not, right? And so, especially with this tech stuff, you know, you want to learn it and you want to figure it out. And like, even though that I know cameras and stuff like this, it's like you go to a new menu system and it's not like, you know, Canon's menu system is really easy and it's really straightforward and intuitive. Then you go into Sony, not that it's so complicated, but you got to know what the stuff means. I mean, there's like, it breaks down to a lot of stuff and then you got to look that stuff up to make sure if it's something you can use or not. And there's, you know, it's just, there's a learning curve. There's a learning curve. And so, yeah, I mean, I've been using multi cameras and StreamYard since I had an ATEM. I mean, and no matter what, I would just get an ATEM. I mean, $300, or pick one up used, and you got 4 cameras you can hook up and switch so easily on an ATEM. It's like butter, you know. Plus, like, the thing I hate is the audio in StreamYard. You're always fighting with, when you're a streamer, you're fighting with being really flexible with everything you want to control. And StreamYard's product is great, but what I'm saying is any of these web-based platforms, there's a certain amount that they can do for you and there's things that they can't do for you. And then there's things that you could do for yourself. And then so one of the factors that I tell everybody is if you have a Go XLR or a Wave XLR, you're going to be able to use your audio so much easier in all these applications. And then from there, having like an ATEM to switch everything is another way. And this is like if you're serious about your streams. If you're just going on there using your camera, which a lot of people do and are successful, if you could set things up, just get the most out of what you have. If you have your phone and that's what you're using, make sure you got the right lighting for your phone. Okay. It's going to make it look 9 times better. Okay. At least 9.2. But it's just like, got to just improve whatever you have and go from there. You and Jay are, would both be candidates for sponsorship, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm hoping down the road that the streaming definitely, you know, someone picks me up, or I have some discussions with maybe one of these companies, because here's the thing, their product, okay, is sensational. Just like if you guys didn't have StreamYard out there and didn't exist, or Restream or Be Live or any of these companies, how difficult do you think all these people would be streaming? No way. No way. No one's going to go and all these people aren't going to learn OBS. All these people aren't going to learn Vmix or Ecamm. It's a lot to take on. It's a commitment. And even free OBS, I mean, just a lot of people won't do it. It's just so easy to use, you know, StreamYard. I mean, you could be streaming in 15 minutes. It's that easy. So that is why that product is so sensational. And then once you get to learn it correctly, you can go so far with it, right? I mean, it's got such a, yeah, I hope so. I hope so. You and I, man, that's I mean, I could do monthly streams for these companies, and I basically think that I can reach a lot of people. I have the ability to definitely hustle and get out there, and I'm not afraid to get out there in different ways. I mean, I'll Facebook to my cities and towns around me, and I jump right into these groups and just start streaming. I've never seen anybody streaming them. And I'll talk to, you know, local, you know, businesses that are out there, and, you know, and you just get your face out there and tell people what, you know, simple streaming can do. And I'm not talking about this top-notch streaming. I'm not talking about high-level streaming. I'm just saying streaming in general. I think we just scratched the surface. I think these bigger companies have not even knocked on the door of learning of what it can do for their companies, the reach that they can have. It's going to be, this next year coming up is going to be a big year for streaming. There's no doubt about it, but it's also going to be an influx of a lot of people with streaming about flooding the market. I think you're going to have burnout and flooding the market of streamers. And then the cream will rise to the top of what streaming is out there, because to be honest with you, it's so easy to stream, but it's not easy to be really great at it. So, yeah. I think as soon as you realize that you want to use more than one camera with an HDMI output, the ATEM Mini maybe Mini Pro. And the Mini Pro, Darren, the great thing about that is you can stream right from the Mini Pro, right? So you don't, now if you're a little bit more tech savvy, there's some things involved, but then you don't have to use any company to stream through. You don't need to buy any software. You can just go straight out from the ATEM. There's a learning curve on that, though. That is even a little bit more to do than Vmix or Ecamm, for that matter. I mean, Ecamm is great for, you know, your Mac users and stuff, but I am not a big fan of spending monthly. I'm just not. Like, I would rather spend, you know, $700 for something and then have that. And I mean, and then for years ahead, rather than spending $700 a year, you know. Or for me, I get it. It's a business write-off for people that are using maybe the paid StreamYard, right? If you can write that off but you're spending $500 or $600 a year on it, or maybe if you get it on sale, once a year, then that's the way to go. But each to their own. There's a method to get there, and there's more than one method, and it's not always just one path for any matter. So, what do you guys? Yeah. Well, I'm working on the patience. I mean, it will come. I know you can't force it. It's going to happen, I think, though. The Pro is great. Yep. Absolutely great. I had to stream a meeting for last week. My principal was amazed. Yeah, they must have thought you were a genius, right? This is what I'm talking about. Like, I just realized the people that are streaming and us that are out here and are involved in this, we're still cutting edge, man. This is new stuff. I mean, the amount of people doing this before 2 years ago was super low to begin with. And then everything that those people were doing before 2 years ago, you could practically throw all that stuff in the garbage. It's all these softwares and all these companies have like come from nothing. I mean, a year ago, Ecamm was using Skype to pull in people for, to have an extra person. And it was literally not really great. And now their system is head and shoulders above where it was 2 years ago. No one even heard of StreamYard. Wasn't even a thought for anybody, or a Restream for that matter. Now look where they're pushing the envelope with this. It's like, it's insane the things that they're doing and updating, right? You can, Restream about 6 months ago, put the background music in. Well, what does StreamYard got to do to keep up? They did it like 2 weeks ago. Right? The background music. And then they just push each other, and it's great for us. And that's the thought. That's the thought. Right? Yeah. True that. True that. Yeah. Yeah. Because they looked at you and they thought you were cutting edge, and that's true. Yeah. So you've been streaming for almost 6 years, and everything that you probably learned in the beginning is gone to the wayside, right? In the last 2 years, probably those are the things that probably are sticking, right? Because just the technology has grown tremendously. So anything before that, people are just, listen, something like an A10 Mini Pro on a professional level would cost you thousands of dollars. And now to be able to have a camera switcher with the quality you can get and the sounds you can get, what you can do with them for hundreds of dollars, no one even thought that was. You talk to audio engineers and video people 4 years ago, and they wouldn't even think you can do things as cheap as you can now. Look at the Hollywood Mars wireless HDMI setup I have. That was like $450 new, and that wireless HDMI setup is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. I mean, it really is. Do I remember you? Let me see. Baconator Henry. I feel like I do remember you coming in, but I think you might have had a different avatar a while ago. Well, anyway, thanks for popping in. I'm just doing a little test stream tonight. I got a new slider, so I was basically just checking it out, seeing how it rolls. It's my side view, and I may mess with it a little bit. This is my overhead mic right here, an Octava from Russia. It's an Octava 012 mic with a hypercardioid capsule. I thought it was a super, but it's a hypercardioid. But thanks for coming in. I appreciate that, by the way. And I appreciate all you guys coming in and talking. It's fun. It's fun when we could talk about, the stuff that I enjoy talking about. I really get a kick out of it, and get to mess with my stuff too. So that's even better. Yeah. And I think Sammy's in reinforcing. I learned Vmix here in 2019. Then in 2020, I was using Ecamm for a bit. I used Vmix for a bit, and then, okay, so 2016 to 2019. So when you stopped using OBS is right when I started using OBS. And, okay, Yeah, and OBS was really rough back then and just turned the corner in 2000. I would say the beginning of 2021, it really started improving by leaps and bounds. And right now, if you're just a solo streamer, OBS is outstanding. Now you can have the comments come in, and Video Ninja is getting better and better to bring in somebody. I mean, listen, if you had no means and you didn't have any money to spend on anything, StreamYard and the quality that you could get with OBS will be a little bit better, because you can come in at 1080p and you can use Video Ninja to bring in a another person, you know, and it's not that difficult. You can learn it. But nowadays, all these other streamwares are unbelievable. That's fine. Mic quality and stuff looks perfect. Oh, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've come a long way in the last 8 months or so. You know, everything I've been working on has been striving to get better at streaming and the setup and the easeability and getting monetized on YouTube and letting people know what it takes to get there and what you need to do and what you shouldn't do is going to be more things I'm going to talk about. Those are definitely some things that I'm going to talk about more and more as life goes on. Oh, I love you, Sammy. That's funny. Well, here's the truth of the matter is, right, is if you got a M1 and you really want great streaming software, you're going to have to use Ecamm. You're going to have to. That's what you got. And then when it comes to PCs, and you're going to want to use Vmix for the top level stuff. All the other stuff in between, you can get super far. You don't have to use any of these things. But if you're looking to be a top level streamer and let people know what's out there, you got to know it all. And this is what we try to do, is know it all. And I enjoy what I have out of Vmix. I think the product is good, but I am that type of listen, there are people that pay for the Adobe suite every month, right? And then there's people that will find workarounds and use DaVinci Resolve and stuff like that and just won't pay that monthly fee. And so it all depends, you know, what type of person you are or how you operate. And I'm one of those people that all this stuff adds up. And the more that I can cut the fat back on everything monthly, the better, right? So that's the way I look at it in the long run, and still to be able to uphold a good quality. But yes, yeah, you have the discount, and my wife could get that discount too. But and she does that. She does have some discounts, like from Canva. We got Pro and for free because she's a teacher, so that helps out a lot. And she uses it herself because when I brought it up, and now she uses it for school projects. It's awesome because she actually likes it. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, I think I came in October 21. So October 21. I think when I came in first, 2021. Yeah, I would say that was like when I just started doing one of my first streams. So if you were around back then what you see is probably in your head, right? Is night and day versus when you first saw me. That's really cool. I'm glad you came in to pop in and say hi, because I really think that's cool when people say things like that. So, because it's kind of cool to go back and think about when people saw you were just starting out. So, actually, that was one of the things I was testing tonight is switching my cameras with a playlist. And so the playlist was working out great. And also, you know, all I do is hit a button and then it switches through automatically. And that was one of of the things I was messing with. That's my other playlist. Sorry about that. So you guys are, I have to get a little bit better with reaching my playlists. But this should have started my playlist now. And then it should switch by itself. Let's get some music playing here. All right, well, let's just make sure it switches. I had this. Yep, see, that's my, so it's automatically switching. So I don't have to do anything. It's one click, and then it will switch to 3 or 4 cameras, whatever I want to set up. And then from there, and then I have the back view come on for 10 seconds, and then the front view will come on. So I just did this really quick just to see if it was working. And that works good. And then so I just hit this playlist off, and that's it. Then I could switch back to whatever position I want. I do have multiple overlays for everything too. I got my multiple overlays for 3 and 4 people even. Like I have overlays set up for 4 people like this. Yeah, I got all these. And then, you know, Jeff and I are using these overlays all the time. And then I just got to get some solo ones made up for myself, and then I'll be good to go. All right. Oh, did you see Glitch? Oh, you mean streaming glitch? I was talking about, when I was saying glitches, is my A64 was glitching, but that was one of. Listen, if you don't make mistakes when you're streaming, it's hard to get everything perfect all the time. But I pride myself on trying to give a nice stream all the time. Yeah, thanks, No Brainer. I appreciate that. Thanks, man. Yeah, get some sleep. I got to get that bed too myself. But thanks for, it was nice catching you too, and for you to be able to come in and check me out. Yeah, I saw. Oh, yeah. He's doing it through a different method, and he's doing some automatic switching too. Yeah, it's kind of cool, right? Because then when you're talking about stuff and you could just hit the automatic switching, it just keeps people more involved in what you're doing. So that's always awesome. That's it. Let's make mistakes together. That's how we do it. It's just the way it is. The A10 Mini. Yeah. It's a good deal. It really is. It's like one of those things. I mean, what I'm using is a Camlink Pro. So I have a full-size PC, and then there's a motherboard that has PCI slots in it, and where your like graphics cards go. And then so there's a PCI slot open, and I put a Camlink Pro in, and that basically gives me 4 outputs out the back to switch. And that's what I'm using as my switcher, is a Camlink Pro. It gives me 4 outputs up to 4K 30 frames per second. So it's a great little setup, and it's been really good to me so far. So I'm pretty happy with it. So are you getting ZV? Which one you find or not? I have it. I have the ZV E10. This is what you're looking at right now, is the ZV E10. I got it, I don't know, 2-3 months ago. And then I got the A6400 to my right over here, and I got the ZV1 as my overhead. I got all the Z's, brah. I got them all, man. What? Yeah, graphics cars. Whatever that is. You're limping. Yeah, you know what my pointer is? Keep going. That's it. You just started. Just keep going. The more repetition you do, it's like anything else. It's like a workout, right? The more reps you put in, the more you you handle the software, and the better you're and the smoother you get with it. And don't forget that you could just do practice streams to private too, Rose. Just don't forget that. Like if you want to just you go in there and you don't make it public and you just keep it unlisted, or you keep it a private, you could just practice to yourself. I mean, I've done many of those when you're working on making improvements. And so I want to check for myself, well, how does my mic sound? How do I look framed out in the frame here? How does this sound? Is everything working good? And I didn't always do like these test streams. I come in, I would do a private one, go back, watch it, make improvements. And then you get braver with these test streams and you start doing things in the streams, which is sometimes not the easiest thing to do. And because it leaves a lot of room for error. So, but yeah, it's just repetitions. You're going to do fine. You just keep on rolling with it. Yeah, the 6400 is great. It really is. And a lot of people don't realize the 6400 is, it's a workhorse, man. It's a good camera. It's more rugged than the ZVE10. You got a viewfinder to take pictures through. But the studio camera is the ZVE10. It's a no-brainer. It is knock it out of the park, man. ZVE10 studio cam, top notch. Can't go wrong. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna get packed up, go do my thing, get ready for some work tomorrow. But I'm so happy because all my stuff worked out good. Everything just worked good. My camera is not glitching. It's working out. Let me see where I am. How much battery life do I have now with as much time as I spent here? You got 57%. And I got like tons of time in here. Yeah, A7C. It's a good camera, and it's got the old menu system in it. But honestly, it's not so much of an upgrade over the A7 III, I know it's smaller and all that jazz. There's some improvements, but the A7 III is, you could pick one up for $1,200 right now, So it's kind of like a tough thing. I don't know if I would. Plus, do you need to go full frame? I wouldn't. There's no reason as a YouTuber that if you're in the collecting money and doing professional work, it's different. But even so, I just feel that these crop sensor cameras have come an incredibly far way in the last couple of years. I think they're so capable that most people wouldn't even know. But I have a full frame. That the one in the back is a full frame. It's a Canon EOS R, and it's a 10-bit. Has the ability to do 10-bit. So the color grading can be really great. It's a lot of information coming out of it. But if you really are doing stuff on a pro level, where my wife had a little photography business, and it's great. Yeah, I know the stock lens, and that's what becomes more expensive too, is the lenses, But Sigma gives you the ability to have some fantastic lenses for a lot cheaper. There's workarounds. The 28 to 70 lens is not exactly cheap, but it's a great lens. Great lens. Oh God, I think. Okay. Oh, you checked it out. The first time I ever came, it was back in September 23rd of 2021. That's awesome. That is awesome. Over a year ago. And that's when I just started doing a couple streams. And maybe I did. Was that a video? I have to go back and look. That's cool though. Too cool. All right, guys. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with me for a bit. Oh, wait. What do you got here? What is this, Nick? I don't want to skip you here. hey, John, you don't need to answer this, but if you don't want to, but if you are a full-time content creator, or you hold a full-time job other than streaming, hey, for me, do I? Oh, I work full-time. Yeah, if I was a full-time content creator, I'd be pumping out videos every week on top of multiple live streams. You know, if I was a full-time creator, absolutely. I mean, I am so newbie at this, Nick. It's crazy. So, yeah, and I'll always have my full-time job. You know, it's my goal is just to get all my production a lot better. So that's my idea, is to just get my production. When I'm talking about speed-wise, right? The way I'm set up, the way I operate, the way I get comfortable. I'm good with the streaming. The videos have to get there. And so when I can start improving and getting my content out, it's just going to help me grow. And then I'm going to keep on rolling with that, you know, until and see where it takes me. And we'll see what happens. But thank you for asking that. Yeah, I'm definitely a newbie, and I work a full-time job in technology, communications, and yep, that's what I do. Yeah, it takes a lot of time. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what kind of jobs they have, but like when you're in New Jersey, you usually get paid pretty well. And then also you can't take a pay cut to be able to survive in New Jersey. You know, like everyone around me here is paying $11,000, $12,000 in taxes a year. And that's super cheap in New Jersey. So on top of everything else you're paying for, that's not cheap. You gotta keep working. Plus, I have a pension and other stuff that I have to keep working. That is a bigger part of even my regular pay. So there's other factors that I wouldn't be able to let go unless I was making about $200K a year. If I'm making $200,000 a year as a content creator, then I could let it go, you know, or maybe at least 150, but I can't do that. I'm too old and I gotta finish out my years if that's the case. But hey, you never know. I mean, crazier things have happened. Yeah. Okay. And then yeah, thank you, man. And then I saw, you're in, California. You're right. All right. So, you know how it is, right? It's the same thing, bro. Same thing, man. You know, California, Hawaii, Connecticut's up there, you know, New Jersey. It's just really expensive, really expensive. Hi, Mom. Thanks. Yeah. Have a good night. Thank you for saying hi. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, well, I missed everybody. And yeah, thanks, man, for checking that out. My 6th stream ever. Wow, that's really cool. That is really cool. And then since then, I've put hundreds and hundreds of hours of streaming in, not on even on my own channel, but also interviews, and then streaming on Jeff Smith's channel every week for 2 to 3 hours. So literally hundreds and hundreds of hours of streaming I put in. I know. Hey, Abel. What's going on, man? Nice seeing you. Nice to catch you. I'm on my way out. I came in to do a little test stream, check how things are operating, and I hit it out of the park, man. Everything's great. I am so psyched. Things just worked out today. Things are flowing good. I got a new slider. It's right here. It's still going. Get a little bit of movement on the side. I set it up really quick, so it's really happy with it, man. Really. And then I got a couple playlists I was working on, and everything's just worked great today out of the box. All right, guys. Thanks, man. I really appreciate all you guys coming out. Thanks. I try to help. Yeah, I definitely do. And, you know, I think this next year is a year that I could break into with there's some deals to be made. You know, people have been reaching out. I have a couple videos I have to do on products that people sent me, and which is great, is that the stipulation is I don't have to make a video, or I can make a video based on me using a product. But the products are pretty cool and I'm pretty happy with them, and they're comparable to a lot of stuff. So I'm definitely going to make some videos on them. So that's in the works. Oh, I need to get a glass of water too. But all right, guys. Yeah, thank you, Mommy Lala. Nice to see you. You guys had a great stream with Jeff and the other day and everything, and you're in the same realm with knowing how rough this is, and we made it this year. We got monetized, so congratulations. My slider sandwich. All right. I'm coughing my brains out. I still get these little bouts of coughing that are left over from a couple weeks ago. Thank you, Rose. You're awesome. You guys are all awesome. Thanks for coming in and chilling with me. Abel, thanks for coming in, for saying hi. Everybody, Mommy. 2022 is going to be an awesome year. There's no doubt about it. I just want to say I appreciate the support always. So I appreciate it. But my voice is leaving me, and it's time to probably hit the road. So I will see you guys on the next stream. I appreciate you all, and have a great night and have a great week. And I'll see you guys soon, man. Oh, I got to say hi to my buddy really quick. What's this craziness? Yeah, I don't, did you get to see anything? God, you'd barely come out this stream with anybody. So, but, I got this new slider that I've been rocking, and I set it up really quick on the side, and it's very subtle, and I might adjust the speed or anything, but I didn't want it to be too much. But man, it's dead silent, Jeff. It's so quiet, and I really like it. It's subtle, does a great job. I think it kind of catches your eye, and I'm really happy with it. And then I worked on my playlists. I did some camera switching automatically. This is what the slider, oh, I moved the camera, but the slider's like right over there. But I did a playlist for my camera switching automatically. Did a bunch of stuff, so it was kind of cool. But yeah, of course not. You never do. Never get the... I don't know who's going to win this game. I'm not really too keen on both of those guys. I know I need a little honey citron for that cough. Actually, I get you. I do. But I gotta get. I know I have it. I have it, Yolanda. Look, but it's time for me to go anyway because I'm tired. But I do, Yolanda. Look, right there. See, I'm ready for almost everything. I'm ready for almost everything. Guys. Well, Jeff, nice for coming in and saying hi. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Schley. Appreciate that. Thanks. And yeah, and also I started out using not the Vmix Social. I was using the other thing, and then I jumped into the Vmix Social too, so it was kind of cool to try it out again. I had it set up, so it was just sitting here. I said, what the heck? You inspired me to give it a shot again. Yeah. Well, of course, I'm trying. Gotta try to keep up with everybody. I'll send you a certified letter and let you know. I didn't even know I was going to stream. I got the slider in the mail today, and I was like, I want to set this up and see how it works. And so, you know how it is. You jump to get out there and start using some of this stuff because it's so much fun. But thank you. Good night, Tina, I appreciate you coming by and saying hi. Thank you so much. And same with Lala and everybody. But I gotta get ready for bed. I don't even know if I ate dinner. I'm not even really sure. And Nick, thanks for coming out, everybody. And let's rock 2022. We're just getting started, and gonna knock this out of the park and get some videos done soon. And it's gonna be a good year. I'm excited. All right, bye guys. Jeff, I'll talk to you soon. And I think I'm gonna head out. It's gonna be the thanks. Have a great night. Talk to you guys soon. Love you all, man.